Rebirth has a new trailer. The first reactions for Lilo and Stitch, including yours truly, that's in. How's the box office going to be this week for that? There's so much news on the Batman 2 about it's coming out in 2027, isn't it? Well, it doesn't look like the Penguin season 2 is happening. So what does that mean for Batman in general? Roxy's TV picks, that and more on this Roxy hosted show. That's right. Roxy's going to host the whole show. She knows how to do it. She has never once said to me, you know what, I'm not sure about all those different things. I'd have to figure it out first before I did that. She never said that to me, ever. So, obviously I should have thought that she could do that on the fly and she'd be hosting, just saying. So anyway, let's get into it. It's the show. It's me. It's Roxy. What the hell's the name of the show? Oh, it's the Kristian Harloff Show. And all of the videos down here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the show. It is Tuesday. On this episode of the Kristian Harloff Show, joining me, as always, is one of my best friends in the world. Roxy Striar is here. Roxy, how are you? Why are you muted? I didn't do that. You muted yourself.
No, I didn't.
Oh, see, look.
It says the host has unmuted your mic after muting me.
Not true.
You couldn't possibly
What?
spend 2 minutes showing me. I already used StreamYard.
I know that. I've said that to you last time when you said, I'm not sure I'd have to learn all the different things and the formats when I brought up the you hosting before.
I did not say I'm not sure I'd have to learn. You said, do you think you'd be capable of it? I said, I use StreamYard, but I'm not 100% positive what you're talking about because I don't know if you do something different. So if you show me what you do, but the whole point is that
so you said I wouldn't watch it and I did.
You didn't watch.
I did.
Somebody definitely sent that to you.
No, I watched it.
No, be for real. Be for real.
I watched it. It was the beginning of the show.
You watched the whole show?
A whole entire bit.
Okay, because it wasn't the beginning of the show.
It was the beginning of the show. It was
about
like
20 minutes in.
No, it's about
really?
five minutes in.
Really? Okay. And
quiet, JD Reviews. No one asked you. Okay.
I feel as if somebody sent it to you and then you watched.
Mm-mm.
Is it true?
No one sent it to me.
Nobody told you about it?
Well, I didn't say that.
So somebody told you and then you went to watch.
Comments kept talking shit. And I said, I've asked Roxy to host before.
Talking shit. I was not talking shit. Yeah. But we have a long track record of you not asking me to host, and you know it.
What? You've hosted before. You've hosted
10-year track record of you thinking that I'm not capable of hosting a show.
How many times did you host SEN? About every day?
Because I was making you money.
What the hell does that mean? You just said you were. Wait, that's two different things.
No, I was not hosting that show until Kristian, the beginning of the show, I was not hosting the show once a week, but then I was the one making the most money. So then you made me host it more.
But doesn't that negate what you just said? That the history that you haven't.
The history was that you didn't think I could be the best host of the show, but then I proved you wrong. I'm a prover wronger.
I never thought you could be a good host. Never said that. That's what you do. I know that you host.
Yeah. I think that's not your opinion.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong about my opinion.
I love when Roka, I love when you host the show too, but I love when Roka hosts the show. That's what I said. I'm not trying to host the show. I just don't like sitting there waiting, knowing if I have a gig the next day because I haven't heard back from Roka.
Well, I'll give you, I would tell you this, that if he was to go back on that whole thing, because it was short notice, I was already planning that if the show wasn't going to happen, I was still going to pay you guys.
I like to do the show.
I know, but
your camera looks sick.
See, and you
the
said
lighting looks sick.
Right, and you said nothing changed. The other thing you said.
I said I can't tell the difference between your set. Roka kept saying it was because you were going to do the blue curtain behind you.
Well, the blue curtain is for Sarah. We set up the blue curtain. There's the other thing that is really, to be honest, the major thing that people were going to see. They were going to notice was the lighting and the camera, right? That's
the only thing I noticed, and that's very good.
That was the major thing. Plus,
I didn't know that.
Well, for not the major thing in general, but the major thing visually for everybody that's going to notice. The main thing for me is I was to where my angle is now. I'm angled. I'm not actually in the spot that I used to be, even though Christian Slater's back there. I was pinned against the wall with this huge conference table that we got rid of. It's this little table. There's so much more room in here. Matt Sarah's going to be doing like VR here. I have a big. I used to have 2 cameras sticking out like and blocking me. Like sometimes I'd be going like this when I was looking at the screen.
I never knew what the room looked like in the first place.
Right. It's completely redesigned and it looks.
And
so
you're happy with it.
Yeah, very much so. It's like, I still need to straighten some stuff up because I just don't have any time.
Because there's a commander strip behind your.
Yeah, someone said the Velcro back there. Again, I had I just ordered some more of it. I don't have this is the whole point. What people don't understand is that when Brett was here, anything that is done here was because Brett was here. I do not have a fucking second to do anything. So that's going to be hanging there for quite a bit until I can actually get to the strips that got sent to me. I have to hang up a few of them, but like the time it goes like yesterday. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was going to try to get to, and then I went to a screening. I went to see Lilo and Stitch.
You could do it on the show right now.
Do what? No, I don't want to hang that. I can't do it now. I got other things I got to do.
The command strip would take 13 seconds now.
This?
There we go. There we go.
See? You inspired me, Roxy.
I have inspiration I'm a muse.
Where's the I don't even see it. Luke, where's the Lilo and Stitch stuff? I don't see it on Dark Horizons.
Your camera looks so good. Brett, great job wherever you are. Sure. Haven't seen you in a decade. Oh,
what?
You know it's not relevant to the show today, but that I want to talk to you about.
What?
You were so missed this weekend.
Oh, Riley's?
Yeah, but you did a great job with your video message.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was bummed that I couldn't be there. I actually did have a chance. I wish I had a chance to get to LA to do it. But I called him. We talked for about an hour the other day.
Oh, that's so nice. So it was Mark Riley's 50th birthday party. Mm-hmm. It was 70s movie themed. It was really lovely. And I haven't seen any of those people.
In a while.
I mean, literally none of them.
Right.
And it was so funny. I was talking to Sam Levine for a second. He was like, isn't it amazing how often we all hang out?
I know, right?
And I was like, I literally haven't seen you guys in 2 years. So.
I know it's been crazy. It's been pretty crazy that it's
but they all keep in touch. Like they all.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
What do you want to do? All right, you can pick out of the 3 things that we can talk about first. We can talk about you and I can do a reaction to Jurassic World Rebirth because neither one of us has seen it.
Yeah.
So we can watch it.
You just said Rebirth in the intro. I wouldn't have known what you were talking about.
Oh, well, now you do.
I forgot that's what it's called.
Well, that's part 1. That's choice 1, rather. Choice 2 is we can talk about Lilo and Stitch first reactions. Or choice 3, I can tell you about the project that I announced yesterday on the live stream.
That one. Okay.
So we're going to be, I'm currently in the process of writing a script of an idea that I had for a bit. And the goal
is for a feature. What is it?
For about like a 30-minute kind of pilot in the realm of the Bear meets Californication.
Bear meets Californication.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of that.
So the goal is that once we write it, then we're gonna do a Kickstarter for it, DJ style.
Who's we?
Myself, and do you remember? Oh, yeah, you were at the Comedy Store. Remember Martini? Martini?
Yeah.
Martini and I are writing it. And
is your last name something like Bride or something?
Close, Paratori.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are going to.
I remember her, and she went up.
Yeah, she was good. And we're going to do the Kickstarter thing. And then if we get it, we hit our goal, we're going to shoot it in LA and we're going to cast you peeps and we're going to do a thing.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
Yeah. So we're going to be
effing awesome.
Yeah. So that's the goal is within the year, but we're doing writing sessions and trying to get it done.
Do you know how many people, this is not fully relevant, and then I have a follow-up question for you, but at Mark Riley's party pitched me being in something?
Oh, nice.
I was so excited about that.
Love that.
I was like, oh, look at me. Look at my little tail working hard. Go.
You got it. I already have a role for you and Steph in this thing. So
do you have a role for Andrew Guy? Yes, you do.
I can make a role for Andrew Guy. 100%.
You're a man crush Andrew Guy. Best actor alive, Andrew Guy.
I could definitely.
He is amazing. He was also at the party. It was really good to see him. He is booking like crazy right now. I'm
Good.
so
Did he?
thrilled.
Oh, good. I like.
Yeah,
hearing
he's doing gangbusters. He's
Good.
awesome. So can you tell me, is it more plot of the bear themed like
Tonally,
California
well, more
Cation?
more tonally. Plot wise, doesn't really have to do with the either. When I cross reference those two, it's in tone.
But is it taking place at a restaurant?
No, I don't want to give up. I'll tell you off air where it's taking place.
Okay.
But it's not a restaurant, but it is a business. But
it is a business.
yeah. So
are you in it?
Yeah, I'm gonna play. Basically what we're gonna do is this.
You're Hank Moody.
Basically what we're gonna do is this. We're gonna do again about 27 to 30-minute pilot and shoot it in the vein of like making it look like a Netflix pilot, right? And then
shoot it in the
in LA.
You said we're going to shoot it in the Vandalin?
In the vein of
oh.
in the vein of Netflix, to make it like really kind of go all out, make sure we get the right people. Already talked to a potential DP, someone you know, and then
DP that I know. Oh, okay.
And then try to get the right director, get the right people in it, and then try to sell the pilot itself as a concept. And if it turns out they're like, hey, we really like it, but we don't want you in it, okay, fine, I don't care. I get to do the first thing, and if it doesn't sell, then I'll put it up on the channel, and then the audience decide if they want to see more episodes or not. This
is no correlation with your grasping at straws, or is it kind of like spiritual sister?
It's in the realm of like what Kevin Smith does with his universe. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. It's in the same canon, but not the same characters.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the idea, and as DJ has shown, it's not the easiest. He's a hustler. So like we gotta give people incentive to.
That was brutal. I was so excited to make that movie with him, and we did not get our fundraising goal for it, and then we didn't get to make the movie. I think people think like they'll make it no matter what, and it's like
no. So it's like that's the whole point. Is in order to really make it work, we've got to promote it every day and give ourselves enough time, because it's going to be, because like I said, I want it to look like you watch it on Netflix or Hulu or something like that.
Do you know how much money you're trying to raise?
I don't know yet. I have to get a line producer. I have to do all that. We're so early into it. Like we have the first draft of the script that we're going to go over tomorrow and go over it. We're just shooting the pilot itself.
Is she in New York?
She's in LA.
Oh.
So I would have to take a couple of weeks and come stay in LA and shoot it. So
yeah, well, that's where everybody is. Not everybody in life, but all the people you're.
No, everybody that I'm going to put into it too, and so that way we're able to do it. So of course Brett's going to be in it.
Who else?
You know who I want for a role, that I have, and if he's able to, he's not in LA. He'd have to come to LA for it. Is the artist formerly known as Rick Radis.
Huh? Why?
Why would I want him?
No. Like, is this a very specific role or what?
Yeah, he'd be able to nail it.
Okay,
he'd be able to nail it easily. If not him, then probably Finstock. I just don't know if Finstock can stay on script.
Yeah, he could.
We'll see. I
think he could. I saw him for the first time. The first thing I said to him when I saw him was, I didn't think I'd ever see you again for the rest of my life.
which you never know with him. You always
never do.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the kind of what we've been discussing so far in the show. No news yet. So now, why don't you want to just do the reaction, me and you?
Yeah, let's do it.
The reaction.
Let's do it, Kristian.
Let's do it. So I'm going to add this to.
You think we should do it?
I'm not even going to say anything. All right, so let's do this. You did it again, Roxy. Okay, you did it again. I mean, come on. You have to say something though when, didn't even realize you said it, huh?
I feel like I black out sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do this first because we have a Clips channel. And so for the Clips channel, you guys are going to be watching Jurassic World Rebirth. Roxy and I have not seen the trailer. So on the channel and everything else, and for you watching live, we're going to react to the trailer itself, and then we'll do a discussion on it. So you get a full kind of reaction review for us on this channel and whatever channel you're watching on. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Here is the reaction for Jurassic World Rebirth. Here we go. Roxy, please tell me if you hear an echo. I don't believe that you will.
Please open the door for me.
On the island we're headed to, 24 species have survived there alone.
The theme park owners did experimental work, leaving only the worst ones here.
Don't see that every day or ever. If we get this DNA, millions of lives are saved.
Maybe we should make this quick, huh? Time to move.
We put ourselves in a place where we don't belong. Survival is a long shot.
That's kind of our specialty.
She's scared. What is she scared of?
We're not gonna let you get hurt,
The
okay?
lies that
Then was a source. We found it?
No, it found us.
megalodon.
Okay. Roxy, what I think of it?
Yeah.
It's going to make $1 billion.
Yeah, that's not what I asked.
Oh, it looks like the same freaking movie they've been making for the last like 15 years.
Why did I think that looked really cool?
Because it's if you like those types of movies, it's a good. First of all, you got Scarlett Johansson, who's great, and
Yeah.
you're gonna and Mahershala Ali, who they're great.
And
So-
Jonathan Bailey, who I'm obsessed with.
Right. So you got a good cast. But it's in the look, the CGI looks fantastic.
It looks so good.
It looks like, it's the same thing I said about Mission Impossible. You have to watch these movies on the big screen. You have to these are big screen movies. And this movie, even though it's not, I hate the fact that they're doing the same thing, like another crazy dinosaur built in a lab. It's a monster, not really a dinosaur. It's like, what happened to the idea of the fact the Planet of the Apes of the dinosaurs essentially kind of taken over? Like, that's the kind of world that you could have done. You could have done a smaller version of it, but this is the version that is going to make you $1 billion. It's going to make you money, but I think the quality is going to be the same kind of crap you've been
It
seeing.
looks scary.
You think so?
Yeah, and like I thought that opening sequence that we saw with the red coloring, the lighting and the color on this looked really interesting. That the CG looked amazing.
Okay.
I love the cast. I like this cast better than I like the last iteration's cast.
Right.
Even though I like them too, but just this to me is gangbusters. And I was kind of surprised at how much I like that trailer.
Which is fair. Like I said, I think it's going to do very well, and it's going to be a summer blockbuster movie, and it'd probably be one of the big $1 billion movies this year, because those movies, the really shitty ones for the last two, which ones were just crap. Those movies made over $1 billion.
It's just so weird to me that we don't know anybody excited for these movies. Like I say that all the time, and people are like, "What are you talking about? It made $1 billion." I'm like, I understand that it made $1 billion. I just don't know any critics that are excited for these movies.
Perry loves it. Perry and Cody Hall, they love it.
Okay, that's great.
Right. That's right.
Perry and I disagree on every movie ever.
Yeah.
I love Perry, but we never have the same taste.
Right.
She seems to be killing it on
She's doing well,
the festival circuit. She's doing
festival
a lot
circuit. She's also I mean, she's in a lot of the those when you go to the movies, she does a lot of the little things too.
Yeah, I see her with Maria. Like they don't do it together, but
it's on the same. Yeah, it's in the same thing there. So, but yeah, I do. I think someone said in the comments, though, which I agree with. I really would like to see more of like a Jurassic Park horror movie, the same like how the original book kind of was, the Michael Crichton original book. But the movie has just become such a big IP for Universal; they just can't afford to do that.
Yeah, I don't know that a Jurassic horror would make the $1 billion.
It wouldn't. The answer is it wouldn't. Compared
but
to
it would cost a lot still.
It would cost a lot, but I think you could do what Gareth Edwards did for that. I always forget the name of that movie that he did that I liked. The one with Denzel Washington's kid. What the hell was the movie then? People are going to tell me in a second. It's what the hell was that movie called, guys?
What's the theme of the movie?
AI kind of taken. You think it's taking over, but it's the creator. The creator. That's what it was. The creator.
I don't think I saw that.
The creator was the movie, and like you do a movie in like that, like the creator. That like as far as that budget, movie costs $80 million. I'd love to see an $80 million.
Oh, I don't know this with John David Washington.
Yeah, you should see it. I think you'd really like it. I think it's up your alley. You would dig it.
Well, I don't know it.
Yeah, it came out about a year or two ago.
That's what he did after Rogue One.
Yeah, he hadn't done anything. I think he did TV or something, but he hadn't done anything. Now he's making like a huge comeback, and that's what he's doing. As hilarious when I said he should do it. He's literally directing this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so wild that you just said that.
Yeah.
So he did Godzilla in 2014, then Rogue One 2016, then The Creator 2023.
Yeah.
That's a big gap, and then going to this. So maybe that's why when I looked at this, I thought this kind of looked scary.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to do some fun stuff. The visuals are good. He's very good with visuals.
When Lauren in the chat saying horror is for everyone, anyone can enjoy horror. I'm not saying that people can't. Oh, that's a joke about the animation.
Yeah.
Okay, just kiddos.
Yeah.
Kiddos.
You're getting questions right now, and you got 13 thus far.
Wow.
You need
It's almost like I just had a bat mitzvah.
Oh, I can tell you how many that you are that you're going to need right now. Let me tell you. I think it's 65. I think you're in good shape.
Me not picking up
65
on humor today.
It's all right. 65 is what you need, and who you need to beat.
That what 65 is?
What?
Senior citizen.
Oh, I was gonna say 4 away from 69.
No, you get your worst position. You get your benefits.
Oh yeah. Well, do you want to know who you're going up against? It's at 65.
You.
Me. That's right. Roku wasn't on yesterday.
What happened?
He just couldn't do it. I think he's gonna come on tomorrow. So, yeah.
Is he
anyway, is he gonna host? No, you're gonna host. But I do have. I think what's gonna happen next month, which will be exciting, is that Chris Carr is gonna start doing the show on Wednesdays.
Oh, that's fun. I like her.
She's great. So she'll be on Wednesdays. What we haven't talked about, Roxy, unless you want to go to, you can tell me this, because let me and first of all, before we even bring that up, let me ask the audience so we can get a nice good clip out here. What'd you think of Rebirth trailer? Did you like it? Do you agree with Roxy? Do you think it looks great, or do you think it looks fun? Do you agree with me? You think it's a little the same old, but you still want to see it in the theater? And I'm gonna couple that by saying I still want to see this movie in the theater. What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Speaking of the Clips channel, we are almost at 10,000 subscribers on that channel.
Oh yeah,
we're getting close to 10,000. Roxy, you can choose. We can either go to our sponsor, which is Turtle Beach, or we can talk about the Knicks and the Celtics.
Go to the sponsor.
Okay, let's go to the sponsor. Here we go. Here's Turtle Beach. So it's Turtle Beach time, and I'm excited to talk about them again. Man, That Stealth 700 headset that I got, whoo-wee, the sound. I was playing the Indiana Jones game. The sound is just so, it's like, you guys know how I am with sound and movies in general. Playing this game and hearing every little bit of sound because the headset is just so incredible. It just does, it leaps and bounds better than previous ones that I've used. But it's funny when you're playing the game and you're so just taken in by all the sounds because the headset is so incredible. I was like, oh, wait, I got to pay attention to what's going on. I'm going to get popped by one of these bad guys. And the other great thing about it's got an 80-hour battery life. I was like, oh, I got to charge this thing. It's like, no, not yet. You got time. I mean, you could. You don't have to. And that's the worst when you're playing a game, you're doing something with the headset, and then just craps out, and you're like, oh, I got to wait forever. It's great. The Stealth 700 has the industry's first ever cross-play dual wireless transmitter system. It means you can seamlessly switch between your consoles and the PC with just a click of a button. Gets even better. While being connected to your console, the Stealth 700 can connect with your phone for music streaming, taking calls at the same time. Listen to your favorite songs while gaming, all done with the Stealth 700. And it's not just amazing headsets that Turtle Beach has. They have every gaming accessory that you could ever want, and they're all high quality, and they're prices that don't break the bank. It's most important. From flight and racing simulators to controllers, keyboards, and mice, Turtle Beach is the ultimate gaming cheat code. You got to head to turtlebeach.com. You got to use that code Kristian. 10% off your entire order. That is 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com. Use the promo code Kristian. You're going to purchase it like you did last time. They'll ask you where you heard about them. You got to tell them our show sent you. We did it. Get the ultimate immersed gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. Thank you to Turtle Beach. Love Turtle Beach. The headphones are fantastic. I have them at my house and they're next level. You can get the link in the description. Make sure I won't torture you and talk about the Knicks. I just knew you were going to choose that, but that was pretty phenomenal, wasn't it, Rox? No.
You think when somebody gets injured and their entire
no. Before that, the Knicks were whooping on that ass before that happened.
Phenomenal.
Knicks,
you're happy for Deuce Tatum's kid that his father now can't work. And
Knicks won 2 in Boston before he got hurt. Did they win 2 before?
How disturbing is it that then we beat you without Tatum? That's what was the most frustrating part about being a Celtics fan is like, oh, right, because we absolutely could have kicked your ass the entire time, and we just didn't because
and lose by 40 and then the next game after that. Right.
You have to know. You do know because all my New York friends know we are a significantly better team than you.
Not this year.
We had a horrible series run, but that was like the most frustrating thing I've ever seen in my life.
On paper is great. On paper is great.
No, not just on paper.
Yeah, clearly, it's just on paper.
It's not just on paper, obviously.
You show up in the playoffs.
No, we didn't show up on the playoffs, but that doesn't mean it's just on paper. We showed up all season long.
On paper, the better team.
It's like crazy to taunt Boston fans when our best player is out for 2 years now. Like
I ain't taunting that. That's not good. That's I
like cried and cried and cried. Like
I don't ever root for people.
Horrible. No, of course, no sports fan ever wants anybody else to get hurt. Let's hope it's only 1 year. I don't know. It's like the craziest. How crazy are sports? For 1 minute, you can be like being called the next dynasty and gonna whatever.
Oh, yeah, like that. And it's true. I went to it's hilarious too because I went to the Yankee game on Saturday. Which was really a lot of fun. And
you've been going to a lot of baseball games?
I mean, I've been to a few since I've been back. This was my first this season. It was my first actual Yankee game that I went to at the new stadium ever. I'd never been to the new stadium. So I went with a friend, and just imagine you talking about how all this hype during the year about Juan Soto, and that guy's just completely shit in the bed. See, Boston's lucky they didn't get him. He's shit in the bed over and over. Anyway. All right, let's get into another story. Roxy, right now, 17 you've got before we are even close to the question. So not bad at all. Let's get 17. 17.
I can go see an R-rated movie?
Sure.
Is that what that means?
Why not? Let's get
How do we pick years in this country?
What?
How do we pick years in this country?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
17 R-rated movie.
As far as
you can drive.
To do with
16 is the age of consent in 5 states. In the rest of the states, it's 18. Yeah. 21 you can drink. 18 you can go to war. Like who picks the numbers?
It's annoying. It's annoying.
It's just kind of funny.
All right, listen, everybody. So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to talk about the Penguin. Because the
Whoa.
Penguin... What?
Whoa.
Yeah, do you know this story?
No, I'm excited for Penguin news.
You're not going to like the news in this.
Oh, bummer.
Here's the news. News is... let me get this. Do I have to do this? Yeah. We do it together. Sure. How about this? This story here, if I can find the damn thing. Somewhere. Don't expect the Penguin season 2, Roxy. Don't expect it at all. You know why?
Because he hated being in the suit.
No, it's not why.
Okay.
But here it is. Here's the news. While HBO's The Penguin was billed as a limited series, there was a fan push for a second season and some early chatter about it in interviews. Back in November last year, executive producer Matt Reeves, some very preliminary discussions were underway, and there was an urgency from the network to know his plans, but things were too early at that point to say. Cut to today through, and Deadline reports that HBO is submitting The Penguin for Emmy Awards consideration under the Outstanding Limited Series category, as opposed to the Outstanding Drama Series category, which is for an ongoing show. Actors Colin Farrell, Kristen Milioti, Renzi Feliz, and Deirdre O'Connell, along with showrunner Lauren LaFranc, are all being submitted for acting awards consideration. This is as significant as it strongly suggests HBO has no plans at all for a second season. Presently, with the Emmy filing consideration is how Shogun was revealed to be getting a second season when it filed its consideration under drama series rather than limited series categories. Occasionally, though, shows that were nominated, won in the limited series categories, have scored additional seasons, most notably Big Little Lies. So it's not definitively ruled out, just highly unlikely. Emmys are set to be interesting this year with the drama series category quite cutthroat as Severance, Andor, Last of Us, The Pit, White Lotus, The Diplomat, Slow Horses, Paradise, Interview with the Vampire, Squid Game, and Matlock all have serious potential. On the limited series front, things are much less competitive, as The Penguin will very likely get nominated, but have to compete only with Adolescents. I mean, that's not only. Everyone's talking about Adolescents. Monsters, the Lila and Eric Menendez stories, Dying for Sex, Presumed Innocent, Disclaimer, and Dope Thief. Of those, only Adolescents is its real competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Roxy, this is your neighborhood. So,
yeah.
What do you make of all this?
Well, they mention Big Little Lies, but being not nominated in limited series, but that then they ended up doing a season 2. It does happen like more frequently than this article is saying it does. That does happen relatively often. Yeah. So I don't think anything about this confirms that it's not getting a season 2.
Okay.
But based on where we left off,
right,
and based on the fact that we don't even know what's going on with the Batman 2, I'm starting to wonder whether they're scrapping the entire universe.
I think that's a fair question to ask. I don't, but I'm going back to the same answer that I have for this in general. It's like, you have to wait to see what happens with Superman. When Superman comes out, and if
it does gangbusters, if people love it,
then it's more than likely that we're not going to ever see the Batman 2 or anything related to it. More than likely.
You know, and like, do I want that to be the answer? No, of course not. I loved the Batman, and I thought Penguin was an unbelievable show. But do I think putting my business cap on, is it the right move if you're moving forward in one direction and Superman does absolute insane numbers, people are so excited for it, and then they announce a new Batman, because that's what's going to happen. They're not using Robert Pattinson as Batman, and they announce a new Batman, and hopefully it's our guy that you and I have been pulling for fucking 2 years now.
Did I tell you the reason why I think that's even more likely now?
Because we keep talking about him.
Maybe we do have a good track record with that, but no, I have an update with it that I talked about last week that I'll tell you when you're done.
Okay. Well, by the way, you and I picked Robert Pattinson and we picked Brendan Sklenar, so like nobody can take that from us. We literally are casting Batman.
We're happy. Yeah.
But you know, I think that it is like really, really a hard choice, but might be the right choice for overall DC to just say, we gave you the Batman, it rocked. We gave you the Penguin, it rocked. And now unfortunately, we are moving in a different direction now that we've got Gunn and Safran and all of these things. So, you know, I'm not saying I know for sure that that's what's going to happen, but I don't know that a season 2 of the Penguin is priority 1 for DC right now.
No, it's not. And but I will throw a second scenario at you though, and that is if Superman does not do gangbusters and eats it, right?
What would it have to do to eat it, Kristian?
If I'm David Zaslav, if it breaks even, I'm going, what are we doing here, guys?
Of course, but
Yeah.
it breaks even. So you think if it does 500 mil or less?
I mean, yeah, I think it's got to make it just depends. There's a rumored budget and then there's the real budget. So, you know, if there's a rumored budget of 300 million, which I don't think is the real budget, Gunn said it's not, because then you have to make like close to 700 million in order to break even. And I don't think that's gonna, I mean, not that that's not gonna happen, but then you basically have to make, I think Superman's got to make anywhere between 600 and up, right? In order to be like, okay, we're moving.
I would say 700 and up. I do think that they are not going to be happy with anything lower than that.
No, but I think you can survive with 600.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think 700 and up is okay. Look, we did this movie made 700, and I think, and if you listen to Snyder, it's already tracking for like what he said something like crazy. Like I think 180 was it 180 million dollars opening weekend. I think
really
something that he already hears that it could have that kind of opening.
July is going to be just so
nuts. And so if it doesn't do well, though, then I think the 2027 Batman 2 does happen. And then I do think it's possible for them going, hey, we're kind of putting everything into Reeves again. And this DCU clearly isn't going to work because Gunn and Safran, I think they're only their contract. I think it's only, what is it?
7 years.
Are you sure?
I think it was 7 years. Was it
that's
3?
It
was either.
I thought it was 3 or 4.
Maybe let's look.
And whatever it might be, I mean, they're already 2 or 3 years into it.
I thought it was 7.
So did they? So I'm not sure. We'll see. People 3. Some people are saying 3 years.
Wow, let's look.
Somebody not 2. It's not 2 years. It wasn't 2 because they're already past. They're in their second year. I think
4 years was reportedly.
4 years. Okay, 4 years.
But then, according to Jeff Snyder, above the line, Gunn and Safran's 8 to 10 year plan.
8 to 10 year plan.
Right. Contract.
Right. Okay. 4-year contract. So they've got. So that's
4-year.
Their
deal.
contract will be extended if Superman.
2022 4-year deal. So that pushes them to 2026.
Right. So they have enough time to see the movies that they're going to hopefully, if Superman does bomb, it's either going to let you out of the contract, or if it does well, then they're going to extend the contract. So we'll see. Very interesting nonetheless, but I don't think Penguin 2 is going to happen. I don't think
ever. You don't think?
No, and I don't think that Colin Farrell wants to do it again. I think he did. It's a great one-off for him. He played the character twice now. Maybe
you don't think he's going to play if there's Batman 2?
I was going to say he'll probably play him again in the if they wind up doing it. I think Matt Reeves would be a fool not to have Colin Farrell in the next one.
So you're saying if I stopped interrupting you, then I would have heard.
I would eventually get to my point. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but like I said, I've been working with you for a very long time. I know how to navigate that.
Savage.
Yes. All right, everybody. What did you just say? Hample? Who's Hample?
Pineapple.
Lewis Hample. Thanks for joining us. And I wanted you guys to make sure that you are able to put your comments not only here when you're talking about the Batman, when you're talking about Penguin. I want you to put them on that Clips channel. Like I said, we're almost at 10,000. I think we can get there. You just got to go on over there. Luke or PLD, somebody's going to put that Clips link right in that comment section. So for everybody who hasn't already signed up to it, you got to do it. Make sure you do it. Roxy, currently 23. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like what you got going on.
So I've started drinking and partying, and I'm still able to not get a hangover at work.
What the hell are you talking about?
23.
All right. So the next story is going to, let's see, should we talk about the AI story? Should we talk about?
What are you going to tell me about Brendan Sklenar?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. So this is a story that we talked about last week. The short of it is that Tyler Sheridan had a movie that he had in mind that Warner Brothers had before he blew up with Yellowstone and everything too. It was after a lot of his movies, and then it just kind of went and turned around. They lost it, and he went off to do Yellowstone and all that. It was, I forget who was attached to it. It's basically about like this kind of a darker movie about this Navy SEAL who's out and just kind of kicking ass and doing all these things. And I forget who was attached to it, but that person no longer is attached to it. Fast forward to Paramount Plus getting it, and because obviously because of Tyler Sheridan, and Brendan Sklenar is going to be the lead of it, right? Because of their relationship in 1923 and everything too. But Zaslav went out of his way to buy it from Paramount Plus, and they are doing it with Tyler Sheridan and Brendan Sklenar in the lead.
Oh, no way.
I think that is, like I said, I think it's Zaslav definitely wants Sklenar. I can tell you that. Now, whether or not Gunn wants him, I don't know.
I think you would have to be an idiot. Like, I would legitimately not trust Gunn's opinion on DC anymore if he didn't see that this is the perfect fit for Batman.
I sure hope so. We'll see. So that's that.
What would you bet on it?
That he's going to get it?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what age they're looking for. I mean, if you take in some of the rumors of the, you know, the
who our Superman is. That's what we know about.
Well, not just that though. Remember, there was rumors that Josh Brolin was being eyed as Batman at one point. Are they going for an older Batman? Because Brendan Sklenar is only like 33 years old. I mean, granted, by the time they make it, it'll be like mid-30s. But who knows? I don't know what they're looking for.
Isn't that David Cornsweet's age? I don't. I mean, we just did with Affleck an older Batman. I would doubt that Gunn is going to do that route again.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just don't know. But I'll tell you, I am the two. If you ask me, you only get one, and I don't know. I don't know my answer. You only get one. You can only have either Brendan Sklenar as Batman or Adria Arjona as Wonder Woman.
You don't know your answer?
I don't know what I do. I don't know.
Brendan Sklenar. I think Adria Arjona is like unreal.
Yeah,
she's so talented, but I don't even know what their plans for Wonder Woman in this universe is.
I don't know what the plans are for Batman yet.
Yeah, you don't think Batman's going to be a huge part of the universe?
Yeah, of course, but you don't think Wonder Woman's going to be a part of the universe?
I don't know what their plan is. I really don't know.
Glenn Powell as Batman? No, thanks.
Based on the movies they've announced, what makes us think that Wonder Woman's going to be a huge part of the DC moving forward? I think that she will eventually, but
I just think it is more likely that she gets it because of the connection with Jason Momoa. I don't think Jason Momoa would get her the job. I think Jason Momoa probably got her a meeting, but you know, that's it's amazing how like these circles work, because like is
Momoa close with Gunn?
Yeah. I mean, they worked together obviously on Peacemaker, but then obviously when they had
a hot sack. Well,
they had that big meeting. Remember that it was that big meeting about when the rumors started to be that he was going to be Lobo, and then that turned out to be true.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
yeah, that's true. So he might have pull. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much. People seem to love him. What?
Nothing.
He might have pull.
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'll tell you later.
Oh, I said something sexual again?
No. Okay. We're gonna have to deal with it later. Fucking
you are?
Yeah.
Me and you?
Yeah. I'm getting. There's very few things that can make me laugh in the comment section. I think that person did that on purpose to make me laugh and succeeded. Don't look. You can ruin it for you until we get there.
Ruin what? What are you talking about?
I told you we'd get there.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you have to see this. I can't wait for you to see when this happens. It's going to happen on Friday, I think. Yeah, it happens on Friday. What is it? There's a moment that happens at the very end of the Moon Knight reaction. Roxy, I laughed so hard I cut my face. Like it's really funny. And for people who've been asking about the Hawkeye reaction, the finale, it's up now. We put it up just before we went live today. It was having copyright things, but it's there.
Where's the cut on your face?
It's gone now. It was over here.
Proof where it didn't happen.
Well, you'll see them. You'll see. I think at one point Sam goes, "You're bleeding." It's like it's hilarious. She really wants to do a show with you, so we got to get.
When are you gonna bring her on?
Her schedule is as bad as yours. So
You keep saying that, but anytime you keep asking me to do the show, I can do.
didn't you say you have? Aren't you notorious for saying that you have a crazy schedule?
Yeah, I did, but okay, we want to go there.
No, I know it's not. I know it's not. But I'm not going to say that to you. You know, I know it's like, but it's. I know it's not as hectic as it was.
That was a lot of time that freed up.
I know, but I also don't want to. Hey, you know, now you got a little more free time on your hands. It's like that's not nice.
But I do.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's still like not the easiest schedule, but that was, that was like having, for lack of better words, that's like when you have an infant, like when somebody needs your full attention, and then with infants they grow up, and
right.
Unfortunately, it's not the way that it works when you're dealing with whatever. Anyway,
someone asked me if we're going to do an echo. Oh, shit balls.
Shit what?
Did I not put that in there?
What?
I didn't even realize. I sent them. Someone just said Echo trailer reaction. We did do the Echo trailer reaction. I think I sent it.
There's another season of Echo.
No. The first season, we were not going to watch the whole season, so I showed Sam the trailer. That's you know what? I'll release that this week. We shot it. We shot her trailer reaction to it. So thank you for reminding me. All right, what else? Let's do one more story, Roxy, then we'll get into the questions.
Make it a big one.
Well, that's what she said. So there's also if you've got the AI thing that I was telling you about. Is that Dorothy? I don't really care about that one.
No.
There's really nothing else. Mission Impossible. Oh, you want to talk about Mission Impossible? You and I haven't talked about Mission. Oh, just Lilo and Stitch. We got to talk about Lilo and Stitch first. Let's do that.
You saw it?
I saw it. So let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll bring up then we can get into Mission Impossible also. So let's end it with that. Okay. So Lilo and Stitch, the first reactions are indeed they came in. Mine went up last night. So
did they walk in the door or where?
I saw the stupidest a few stupid comments. No, I have a screen over here.
Oh, okay.
I saw the stupidest comments on my out of theater reaction because I said I didn't see the original, and someone said, "Oh, you didn't see the original? Then I'm not watching the reaction." Take a stance, Joe. Take a stance.
That is so weird.
So stupid. And I said I made the decision not to see the original, but I was like, you know what? I was going to potentially do the reaction beforehand. I'm like, I'm actually going to do the reaction to the original afterwards. Because I think most people that are going to see this movie
I've seen it.
And they're comparing it to the original. And I said, well, it'd be nice to have a point of view. Like, can the movie succeed with people that don't really know anything about it, except the fact that this little blue creature is running around, reminds me of my pug, So I'm like, okay, let's see. And I don't know anything about the story. I don't know what they've changed, but I'm not. If you're watching a reaction for that aspect, then fine. I understand you not watching it. I wanted to see if it compared to the original.
But it's the typing it part, Christian. Yeah. It's not just understanding. Like, then fine. Every other reactor has seen the original. So right. just hear you say that and then go find somebody. But instead of watching it and the amount of time it took you to type that and hit send, you would have finished your reaction to it.
And that's what it said. It's like this is pointless, this reaction, because you haven't seen the original. I'm like, no, you dopey idiot. It's pointless for you if you were looking for someone in particular who has seen it for that thing. You're like, oh, you know what? I was coming here because I thought I wanted to see how much it compared, but this guy hasn't seen it. So you know what? I'm going to go head out and I'll watch, like you said, I'll watch somebody else's instead. I'm just not going to type anything. So
man, this happens on The Last of Us for us all the time. For Real Rejects, we do the gamer reactions Sunday night and the non-gamer reactions Monday morning. And on our comments, people all the time are like, these guys didn't even play the game. They don't know what they're talking about. And it's like, right. That's the point of our reactions.
Right. So
if you want somebody who played the game, go watch that reaction.
But I mean, like I said, the majority, the 85% of the comments were really nice.
Talking about this movie, Christian, because the only person whose opinion I've heard on it was Greg. What did you think about this?
Why? Hold on a second. So he has he
He's
has.
seen the original. He doesn't remember it, and he didn't like Mufasa, and he didn't like Snow White, the new.
I liked this movie. It had a very warm feeling, and I thought the little girl that played Lilo was excellent.
Maya, right?
She was excellent. Maya Kalula or something along those lines. Excellent. She was. There, there's some stuff. It's clearly more. It's geared towards kids. It's PG. And I pretended, and because it was too late, pretended that my little one was there with me. She was not, but it is geared. It's like I've been saying this, Roxy. Like kids need movies to watch also in the theater, and this is one that I'm gonna take her to see. I know she's gonna love it. They brought out Stitch on this little car. He was driving it around before the screening started. It was, and I thought they played into it really, really well. And there's some stuff. It's a little. It is definitely, like I said, I think it's more geared towards children, and it does play in a tone of Sonic, the Hedgehog, in the way that they're going for that feel. I thought Billy Magnuson, speaking of which, and Zach Galifianakis are really good in the roles that they're playing.
Who are they in the movie?
They play these. Do you know the movie pretty well?
Yeah, I love the movie.
So are in the movie, the original, are there two aliens that are trying to bring him back?
Okay.
Yes.
What do they look like in this though?
They disguise themselves as humans.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
anyway,
of course. Okay.
Yeah. So it was
That checks out.
So that's essentially their role. The relationship though between the sister and Lilo are like that's the heart of the movie.
How was the sister?
Sister's great. They had a great relationship, the two of them, and like I said, I wasn't comparing anything. I was just watching it as a movie, like learning for the first time. And Stitch is like I said, he reminds me of my pug. So I'm like, okay, and he's trying. It's about family. It's about these other things, and it's not too long. It's got a good vibe to it. It's going to do very well in the theater. But like I said, I cannot tell you if you are a big Lilo and Stitch original, if you're going to love it or not, because I don't know if they change a lot of the core things. I don't know. I wanted to watch this movie as someone who was going in fresh, going, okay, you know what? If I can speak to those parents who are going to go, I'm going to take my kid to the movie theater. I don't really know this movie that well. I haven't really seen it, or it might be, or are they going to like it? Yes. Kids are going to like it. This is something that you can take the family to see, and you will like it watching it with your kids.
With 49 reviews on the tomato meter, this has a 76%. Would you say that's pretty accurate?
Sure. I mean, like I said, I'm sure that the majority of those people are comparing the original to this. I did not have that. I did not do that. That was the point of view I was coming into this. And I think that most people are going to have that, like every other movie, like every other reaction of these live actions. I've had that comparison. I said, oh, they've added some stuff to it. They've done this, they've done that. I didn't have that for this one, so I didn't know. But I dig what they did with it. I thought the little girl was
Do you like the music?
Yeah, music's good. I mean, I did recognize the main theme because they play it, I guess, in Disney World or wherever the hell they play. But
there's no place I'd rather be.
Yeah, and then Elvis, obviously, and I've seen the clips of when in the animated when the girl uses Stitch for the record player. They do that. So
yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad that you liked it. I'm excited.
Did Greg like it?
What?
Did Greg like it?
He said that it was solid. He said it was better than Mufasa and Snow White. It's better than some of the ones that he didn't like.
Yeah.
And that there was a lot of families in the audience and they seemed to be loving it. So he was like stoked on that.
That's my point. Like I've made the point so many different times that there is not enough for families to see in the movie theater. And you need to try to say, okay, it's very rare that you hear my family will go, hey, do you want to go see a movie with all of us? It's very rare. Because a 7-year-old has nothing to see. Now,
would you be able to take her to see Rebirth?
Not yet.
7's too young.
For her, not for all, but for her, she's almost 8, and she just doesn't the big loud things and everything. She wants to see Wicked 2 in the theater. She like yesterday. I actually had her on the show. What?
Did she see the first Wicked?
She saw the first Wicked, but she didn't see it in the theater. But yesterday when I had her on the show on audio yesterday. I called her up because she was home from school, and I asked her what her favorite movie was, and she said Wicked. So,
Did she jump with the hitting the window, the monkey? That part was scary.
maybe, but she didn't mind.
She's got good taste.
She loves it. She loves it. Well, and then she completely flip flopped on Minecraft.
She doesn't like Minecraft.
Loves Minecraft now. When I took her to the theater,
she
she gave it the Joaquin Phoenix thumbs down.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So now she loves it. So
Mine changed.
Mine changed exactly. Well done, Roxy. All right. Well, whatever. Anyway, so the first reactions. Well, I guess you pretty much kind of gave us Lilo and Stitch first reactions. Praise the film as heartfelt and easily the best Disney live action remake yet. So the remake. So I guess the reviews are out, Roxy, because I didn't even put my review up yet.
Yeah, the reviews are out. I can read you
okay.
some from Rotten Tomatoes if you'd like.
Look at that first one, Wendy. First one. She wrote, Lilo and Stitch is the best Disney live action to date. Seeing Stitch in his live action form on big screen brings a huge wave of nostalgia. Tons of laughter, heartwarming moments. Film hits similar beats to the original, as well as some added new flavors. Laura Saruco wrote, it's heartwarming and really gave the official film more depth to Lilo and Nani. Let's see, where else? I have more somewhere. There we go. Okay. So it's magical, very sweet. The original Lilo and Stitch was released in 2002, making this the most recent animated movie that Disney has turned into live action, and the first in the 2000s. Both movies follow a young lady Hawaiian girl named Lilo. Oh, this is just them summarizing it. Okay, so they only showed a few, but the actual reviews came out, so I guess I have to do my review soon. But yeah, I mean, it looks like,
Jeremy John's friend of the show said he gave this a rotten. Said, I thought Stitch was great. The rest of the movie, I'm not going to remember. Also a rotten from Variety, who I think did that article, from Peter Debruge, who says somehow Lilo and Stitch has lost its unpredictable sense of anarchy in the retelling. For all intents and purposes, it could be a Hawaii set sitcom.
So both of those from our friend Jeremy Johns and from that last one you just read pretty much kind of proves both my points. Jeremy is watching it maybe from the original and not a dad, right? Last one, same thing, comparing it to the original. I am telling you, the reason why this movie is going to make a shit ton of money is not by just catering to the original fans. It's going to get new in the same way that the Lion King remake got all those kids in the theater. This movie is in the same way Mufasa, which was, I agree with Greg, it's not a good movie, still made a lot of money. It all wind up making money because this is going to be what the kids are going to be checking out this week, and this movie's going to crush. So
yeah, the rest of the reviews, or most of the reviews, seem to be pretty positive about this. I'm excited. I really like this original movie. It's also been long enough that a lot of the kids who are seeing this movie probably haven't seen the animated movie. So
my little one has not seen it.
Yeah.
And I said, do you want to see the original? And she's, now I want to watch the live action one. She wants to see it. She doesn't want to watch the original. So we'll see. Like maybe that happens to a lot of different. Maybe this is how they get introduced to Lilo and Stitch, is through the live action version of it. We'll see. What do you guys make of this? The reactions, the reviews. Are you going to see it? Were you a big fan of it? For the parents out there, be taking the kids to see this one over the weekend. What say you? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. All right, Roxy, it's that time. It is that time. We get to the
closing time. Oh, no, not that time.
Not that time. TV picks. So Roxy Striar is going to be doing some TV picks. And the first one we're going to be getting to, of course, is this one, Rox. Oh, not, I don't even know.
I don't put it on my list every week because I feel like if I did, I would just continue to keep saying the same thing, which is that this show is awesome. I'm so excited for the show every week. Apple TV Plus does not miss for me. You guys know that. The studio is phenomenal. Seth is doing such a great job at the helm of this. The guest star situation with Bryan Cranston and Zoe Kravitz. I mean, it's unreal. This episode was so fun. I love druggy episodes of television shows in general. So watching the shrooms just like kick in and the miscommunication and all of this.
It was so funny.
So funny, so great. And I'm excited that I believe this got picked up for a season 2.
Oh, great. As it should.
Yeah. So
Very good show.
I would watch this for 10 seasons. The Rehearsal is every single week the most difficult show to get through, even though it is the best show on TV. Watching this is like watching a car crash every single week. This episode was like cringe city. And as we're watching him try to take this, his airline reform to the government, we have only one episode left, and I'm just so baffled of what is happening here. He like goes through there's a correlation he believes between like how autistic people learn things and why the pilots aren't speaking to each other in airplanes. And so he's going through he's been like deemed by multiple articles to be a voice of autistic people, and he goes through this test where he doesn't realize that he's going through the test, but we're watching him go through a test, and you just start to wonder, like, what is he aware of? What is he not aware of? How much is this a character he's playing? How much is this really him? And when he ultimately does take this to the government, what is happening here? I like scratch my head and laugh my ass off the whole episode. It's so good.
Okay. Next one.
The flashback episode of The Last of Us was the best episode of the season for me. I thought that this was phenomenal. I was devastated. It was brilliant, full circle from where we started with his father to where we finish. I think that a really big part of the lessons of the show is to do better than the ones that come before you. Will Ellie be able to ultimately take that lesson? We just don't know. But just A+ TV. I was like speechless after this. So good.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it.
What?
Well, so I didn't get the episode in time, and I didn't do reaction. I didn't get the episode until like Saturday, so I didn't get a chance to do it. So I'm going to do 6 and 7 together, hopefully.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not the season, but
whatever. Doesn't matter. I didn't pull this.
American Idol.
Watch this shit.
American Idol had its finale. I don't know what finale this one was for, but they had their finale.
Season 21? It's not season 21.
I don't know which season we're
Nice
on now,
job,
but
Luke.
certainly
I don't
not
blame you.
21.
Luke's laughing his ass off right now.
I have to tell you guys, while I love this show because I love finding new voices, and the voices on the show are so good, they have clearly made a crazy shift. I'm not saying crazy as in it's not the right move for the show, but a massive shift this season where the show has become more about America and God. And most of the songs that are picked are about praying and this country. And there's a lot of country music artists that make it really far on the show. The person who ended up winning the show is actually an R&B guy. But there was so much like in the finals, it was like gospel, country, like it was all very different. So I was really excited to see Jamal win, except for the fact that, and he's very deserving. He has a beautiful voice. The only thing about him, though, Kristian, was that throughout the whole season, we see that he doesn't know any songs. Like, he's not a guy who's paying attention to music or pop culture. Sure. And he's had a very challenging life. He had a kid that was born while on the show. He is just doing the best he can. So I was happy to see him win because you get a lot of money and you get a record deal. But also, like, it's bizarre to me that you could be this obsessed with being a singer and not know any songs or musicians. Like, he just has so many holes. So that's kind of interesting.
Okay, last one. Well, 2, I guess. One we don't have a photo of.
I finally watched Chelsea Handler, The Feeling. Are you watching stand-up specials anymore at all, Kristian? Have you seen it? I love Chelsea. She is so funny to me. She nails this. She's great at what she does. She's raunchy. She's raw. She doesn't give a shit. She just is so funny. She's laugh out loud funny to me. And I loved The Feeling. She nailed the special.
Okay. All right. So the last one let me get rid of that real quick. Get rid of your.
The last one that I wanted to talk about was Handmaid's Tale because we had the penultimate episode of the show. And you guys know I've been complaining that we're not going to get like any feel good anything. And spoilers for The Handmaid's Tale. This is spoilers for The Handmaid's Tale. We kill off 2 characters in this episode in the most insane explosion. And watching June accept that this is happening with the guy that I love, and for some reason this I understand, but this show has decided to label him as a Nazi now. And now I feel super conflicted about the fact that I've been wanting her to end up with him the whole time, because they're like, no commander can be a good commander. And I understand, but we've also seen him not be a commander at all and completely be with the rebels because of June. So then I think that we're supposed to feel excited when he blows up, but I just felt so devastated yet again. And same thing with Commander Lawrence. I felt so fucking devastated watching the penultimate episode that even if the finale, I feel a little bit of joy, I can't believe the journey that they've made me go on to get to that. Like, this is the most sad, depressing show I've ever seen in my life across the board. And I just am like desperate for happiness. And yeah,
Doesn't look like you're getting it.
I it's just like, Kristian, they literally promised it to me, and I guess they didn't.
Yes,
Like,
not.
I love
Well,
Nick
there you
so
go.
much. I just feel like if he was given longer the ability to make a choice, he would have made the right choice, like, eventually. But he fucked up majorly. He did like the worst thing ever. But he didn't do it on purpose. And I don't know, man. Maybe I'm making excuses because I love him.
Maybe so. Well, either way, he's dead. So now
He's dead, Kristian. He's dead. That's the thing. Either way, he's dead.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Maybe not in the multiverse. So
Right,
we now have come to the end of that. So make sure that you guys check out these picks. Roxy's watching a lot of TV, guys. Watching a lot of TV, and she gives us a lot of good things to watch. What things are you watching? Again, if you're on the Clips channel, let us know there. If you are in the live chat, tell us there. If you're watching the replay, tell us there. All right, Roxy, here we go. You got to, in order to beat me, you got to get another, you need an additional 33 to tie. You're at 32 right now. Luke will tell me if I missed any questions, so maybe you have more than that. We'll find out soon. Mad Sinister Macau. Beth Snyder reports support from my favorite guest, Rox. Thank you, Beth.
Woo!
Simon Section coming in hot. Thank you, Simon. Honestly, I don't get the Sinners versus Dusk Till Dawn comparisons. Really? Roxy, did you notice any of Mice and Men allegories in Sinners? Mice and Men allegories? Not really. But Dusk Till Dawn, definitely. Roxy, would you like to hop on the bed and watch TV with me in case anybody's watching? Roxy Simon. Oh, I don't know how that came out of nowhere.
No, thank you.
It's like, I like the first two questions are great. It's like, hey, did you see any comparisons?
What's, in case anyone was wondering, Roxy quote Simon.
Stopped there, but hey, who knows? Well, let me ask you a question.
I appreciate the offer.
It was nice, but he didn't say anything sexual.
He said, would you like to watch
He
TV?
said,
with
would you
me?"
hop on the bed? I mean, you could just hop on the bed and hop off the bed. I mean, if you wanted to. Matt Krugman. Roxy, been watching the final You season with my lady. I freaking died at the twin reel at the end of episode 2. Absolutely hilarious. All so good. Can't wait to see how it wraps up for me, my creepy king.
Yeah, I really appreciated the wrap up, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I did. It was good. I will say, people in the comments are asking me about Andor finale and why it wasn't on my list.
Oh, yeah.
It just was a full week ago. So I forgot that I hadn't talked to you about the finale. I've talked about it on so many
Didn't you
places.
talk about it with Roka?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't. We didn't do TV picks because I had just done them the day before for Tuesday. Remember, I was here on Tuesday and Wednesday. Or no, I was here Tuesday. Oh, but the finale hadn't aired yet on Tuesday. It aired that night, right?
That's right.
Whatever it is, he talked about it. It definitely is on my list of the best of the week from last week. I thought that they did a good job closing it out. I was
right when you asked me if you were going to like the finale, right?
Yeah, I didn't like it as much as 8 and 9.
No, for the 4 arcs. My favorite arcs were the third arc, which is ones you liked, the final arc, the second arc, and then the first arc.
I just like the lack of Bix was such a bummer for me.
Yeah, she's great. She was
my favorite character. So
yeah.
But I thought that they did a good job closing it out. I've just acknowledged that while the show is very good, it is not one of my favorite shows on television. And I think that while episode 8 was one of the best episodes of TV of the year, just the show in general, I thought was good,
Okay.
solid.
I don't know. Simon Section's on one today. Would you
Okay.
do me a favor and drink my Yoo-hoo for me, please? You got to send them, man. Simon, depends if it's above room temperature. Otherwise, I got the farts. And Miss Sadie might be walking by to say goodbye, and she's a little merry now and now you know. It's like my 7-year-old wrote that. I don't know who wrote that. What's going on, Simon? Simon's on one today.
Wait, what's
I don't know.
above room temperature?
I don't understand what's going on, Simon.
Simon
That's fine.
Section.
But
Listen.
he's usually like Simon is
Keep sending them in, Simon. Let's see how it goes.
Simon is here all of the time asking questions.
Simon gave $20 for
He
you
does
to read
to
this.
talk about farts. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna chastise Simon talking about farts.
And who farted, Sadie or you when she walked by? It was
I don't know, but I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what did happen is like I've been eating, you know me. I've been eating really well lately.
Yes.
I took one day when I went to Yankee Stadium and I ate like a disgusting animal. I got there, Roxy. Like, take a guess. I want you to take a guess of the things that I ate, and I'll say how close you were.
Fries,
Did not have fries.
hot dog,
I had how many?
2,
Yep.
tenders,
No.
pizza,
No.
soda,
No, I can't do this.
beer,
Yes. How many?
2,
Nope.
3,
Nope.
4.
Yes. Okay. So 4
Dude,
beers,
4
2 hot
beers,
dogs.
my
Keep
dude.
going. Keep
I haven't
going.
had 4 beers in a long time.
Keep going.
Ice cream,
Yep. Mr. Softy in a helmet.
okay.
And then keep going.
Popcorn,
No.
nuts,
Nope. You forget. Oh, wait. I did. I had Cracker Jacks.
Cracker Jacks.
Cracker Jacks. But and I had, but before all of that, because I would have gotten sick if I had this afterwards, I had something else.
I can't think of
You can't.
another stadium food.
You can. You just said you haven't hit it.
I don't know what it is.
2 cheeseburgers.
Oh,
I
oh, fuck.
it was.
I was
so
thinking snacks. Because of all of what we just named, you had 2 cheeseburgers.
Sadie was like, when I got home, I thought everybody was out of the room. I ripped one, and she goes, I heard from the other room. I knew this was going to happen. Stadium farts. This is fucking hilarious. It was hilarious, but I thought everybody was way out of the way. Yeah, it was bad. Anyway,
That's so good.
so let's see. Sean McCabe, great episode of The Last of Us. Hugging my kids tight after. Don't spoil it. I gotta see it. Noah Sparks, Roxy, what did you think of the Saturday Night Live 50 finale? What do you think about the rumors of Colin and Che maybe leaving? Who would you want to replace them? Is that a big rumor?
Yeah, because what's her name put her hat in the ring.
Oh no.
I forget why am I forgetting her name right now? She's on SNL. She put her hat in the ring, and people are thinking she wouldn't have done that if Colin and Che weren't leaving. I would be very upset if they're leaving. It also makes sense. Scar Joe hosted the finale. I think that it's very likely that they are leaving. They've been doing this a long time together. It's a bummer though, because they're so great, and I want one more Christmas joke swap.
Oh, right.
But
maybe they come back to just do it. Maybe they can come back.
Yeah, maybe. I just think that they're so good.
They got to be careful with who they get, though. They got to be careful because that's my favorite part.
Job on the show.
It's my favorite part of Saturday Night Live.
I think it's the toughest job on the show. There's so much pressure on you because other than doing the opening monologue where you're new to the show, like, isn't that the toughest job? Is weekend updates?
Yeah, I mean, in order you've got to get people got to like you. You got to be likable.
And you've got to be on your toes and funny and like it's so many things. So I'd be bummed to see them leave, but also, who doesn't think that they're funny?
Who?
My grandma, who loves the show and she was like, I don't get their sense of humor. I'd be very excited for new people, and I'm like, that's interesting that. I'm sitting here thinking everybody likes them. I don't know many people who don't. She's like, I like them as people. I'm like, it's okay. Cute. But we'll see.
37 rocks. Still, am I gonna beat you? Sean McCabe, Tony Dalton, Pascal, and Ramsey, top notch acting. It was a really good acted episode.
Yeah. Tony Dalton plays their dad, the boys, and it was really, really, really good.
Mike Joyce, hashtag let Roxy host. She's the hostess with the mostest.
I'm not actually out here trying to host. I just want to know that Kristian thinks I could do it.
Of course, I think you can do it. Of course so. Okay, next one after that. Thank you again to Mike for that one. Now we got Buster Barnes coming in. Superman division is over exaggerated online. The trailer has 3% dislikes, 15,000 compared to the 501,000 on YouTube. Minecraft had over 750,000 dislikes. Oh, it's look, it's the loud section of the fans that are doing it, and there's still that people that just want to hold on to the old and they don't want to let go of the new. And there's always going to be, when it comes to this stuff, there's always going to be that section of the fandom that is going to just be completely angry, and you're not allowed to like it, and if you do, and blah blah blah. And it's, look, the same side of it is going to be that same section of DC fans that if you don't like it, that you're a DC hater and this. It's like you have to, like I said, there's those two people, and they shouldn't count. Those two sections, the people who want you to love everything and the people who want you to hate everything, they don't count. They shouldn't even count as people, to be honest with you. They don't count. The people that count are the people who can have rational conversation and say, look, I don't really love the trailer, and it's not something that I'm interested in seeing. I don't think it looks very good. Let me know if it's any good when you see it. Hey, that looks pretty decent. I'm gonna go check it out. All right, let me know if you see it. I think it looks like shit. That to me is how people should talk to each other.
It is crazy though, because in my head, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many people who hate this. But it's nice to hear you break down the numbers. That's cool.
Yeah, it isn't, like I said, Roxy. It's loud internet nonsense.
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with, like, if a movie is shit, a movie is shit. I mean, look at Snow White. Snow White just wasn't a good movie, right?
I didn't see it.
There was a lot of hate behind it. But if that movie would have been good, if it would have been a good movie, then it would have done better.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I don't know.
So anyway, go pal. Roxy is giving 80s preppy vibes today. Nice. Oh, okay.
This is Papa's.
Oh,
I've been wearing his clothes like every day.
Oh, I love that. That's
yeah.
Carlton Rudder, London calling. What's up, Carlton? Having finished Andor season 2, I binged Paradise on Disney Plus, and I loved it. Also, watching The Studio, so meta hilarious, and Shrinking. Oh, speaking of Shrinking, how do you keep that from me?
How crazy was that?
What the hell?
That was so cool, man. That was so cool.
How did you know you were going to do that?
The 2 days before, they reached out to me and they said, we see that you love Shrinking. You've been making TikToks on Apple TV for years because I like rep them so hard. Yeah. Do you want to come to do a set tour? And I know that Greg's favorite show is Shrinking. So I then was like, I pitched them Greg. I was like, yes, I would like to. Also, at Real Rejects, Greg Alba, his favorite show is Shrinking. Could he come do the set tour too? We go to do the set tour. We open the door and it's Harrison Ford.
That's so cool.
It was like, Greg turns back around to me. He was like, it's Harrison Ford. He opened the door. It was like,
and he was in there.
Yeah, in his office, and then everybody's in their offices. We knew there was going to be a panel discussion.
How many people were on the set visit?
There was 8 of us that were content creators, and then there was like 200 people for FYC, but only the 8 of us got to like stop and talk and whatever it was. It was so fucking cool, and like honestly, I love that show so much. And then I got to talk to Krista Miller, and I was like, "Oh, I interviewed you last year on the Kristian Harloff Show, and we were twinning." And she was like, "Oh yeah, the denim and leather," and I was like, "Yeah." So that was cool that she remembered our interview. I think that was last year. Was it 2 years ago? Whatever.
Which? Oh, okay. She remembered it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. Carlton Rudder.
You're one in.
No, I heard what you said. I got Steph just texted me, and you'll like the text. I'll send you the text. But yeah, it just popped up when I'm gonna send you what she sent me so you know. Okay. So
if you think I didn't already know that.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So give me a break, will you? Anyway, yeah, I'm glad that you got a chance to do that. That sounds like it was a lot of fun. Can I tell you what's the actress's name? The one that the one that Jason Segel is having the back.
Jessica Williams.
One of the sexiest women on the planet, by the way.
She's so sexy. She's the only person that I went up to and instead of asking a question, I literally was like, I I'm obsessed with Two Dope Queens. I've listened to your podcast forever.
Yeah.
I love you. I like
Did she love that?
idolize you, and I just think you're so good on the show. And she was like, "Thank you so much." I was like, "And you're so pretty." And I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her, and I've been obsessed
I
with
met her at the Critics' Choice Award. She was very, very,
She's
very nice.
so nice. She's known as being the coolest person on set. Like everybody likes her. She gave flowers to everybody in the panel too. She was talking about it. Like she spent a long time talking about Ted McGinley and like how amazing he is. She's so generous. I'm obsessed with her. I like want to grow up to be just like her.
It's amazing. Buster Barnes. I'm not sure about Jurassic 1 billion. Oh, I'll bet you on that one. Dominion barely made 1 billion and brought the whole cast back. There's nothing special.
What is barely made 1 billion?
Well, he's saying it just reached it. It just
Dude,
reached
that's you barely made $1 billion is the funniest thing. Like it'd be
I
funny
know.
to say you barely made 500. You barely made 400.
No, but I
barely
understand.
made $1
I understand what he's saying. Though he's like I don't know if this one's going to make $1 billion because the one with the entire cast and everybody come back barely hit $1 billion. It just got there.
I just think it's funny.
Yeah, but I think that the difference is that it seems like it's a better movie in general. It's got a new cast with it, and internationally, these things just play well. Now, Buster, I'll tell you this: if it's not playing in China, then it's not going to hit $1 billion. I'll tell you that.
Where are we at with that?
I don't know, but if it's not playing in China, then I would say it's not going to make $1 billion. It needs to. That's where it's going to make a ton of money.
Not to make it political in any way, but do you do a Trump impression? Can you? Do
I can't. The accent I'd be able to get, but it's that type of tone of voice I can't hit. You know who the best?
Can't do it.
You know who the best is?
Who?
Matt Friend.
Really?
He's the best. And like,
I've heard him do it. He did it on Bill Maher's.
What happened? The dude who used to the one who does it on Saturday Night Live, he used to be great. He's kind of tuned out of it. Like there's sometimes he doesn't even sound like him anymore.
Every time somebody says China now, though, that's the one I can hear in my head, the way he said China.
But Matt, I'm telling you, watch Matt Friend. What Matt Friend is the best.
Sorry, Buster Barnes. I did not mean to roast you. I just thought it was funny. Barely $1 billion. You are great. That was funny.
Yes, boy. Kristian, are you still going to watch last episodes? If I get both of them, hopefully that's the goal. I think the recent episode deserves a moment to breathe since you're a girl dad. I know, but that's the problem. I'm telling you that there's a method behind the madness. If I put this one out now, it's going to eat shit. You got to put them both together.
I would have read this as yes, boy.
Probably better. J.R. Anderson, hot take: Jurassic World Rebirth will outperform Superman. I don't think it's a hot take at all. I think that I pretty much just said the same thing. I agree with you that I think it's going to outperform Superman.
I don't think so.
You think Superman's going to hit $1 billion then?
I do, because I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hit $1 billion, but I do think, so I don't think it's a hot take. I mean, unless we both have hot takes.
I think it's a hot take that I think Superman is going to do that. Yes. I think that's a hot take.
I think that's a hot take. Lloyd Nance, Team Striar.
Woo!
42. Roxy, you're around 23 from tying me with just around 40 minutes left.
Hell yeah, let's go. Keep it pumping.
RQM, DSM Disney. Support for Roxy. Thank you.
Woo!
Follows it up. Paid support for Roxy. Oh, the other one. Remember. Mirjam also. Mirjam. Now they're all supported. Where's Crystal? Crystal comes in. It's over. Mike Joyce. Platonic season 2 drops 8/6. Anyone watch? Let me ask you a question, Roxy. What is that?
The show.
Never heard of it.
This is the Seth Rogen one with what the fuck's her name from Bridesmaid? I don't want to.
The one he was in Neighbors.
God fucking damn it! What is this girl's name?
The one he was in Neighbors with.
Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne, right?
Jeez, I'm so glad I pulled that. The season 1 was awesome. Definitely going to be watching season 2.
I don't know why I just decided to eat a piece of broccoli.
I'm so hungry right now and so jealous.
Yeah. Screen by Tonight. Hello from the UK. Love you guys. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Screen by Tonight. If you could only watch one, what would it be? Superman or Fantastic Four? This show is the nuts. Thank you. No, there's no question. It would 100% be Superman.
Do you think this shows the nuts as a compliment?
Yeah.
So you like nuts?
Unless you're Koi, who gets attacked by squirrels.
How crazy was that?
I know.
I first of all, Screen Bites Nights. Thank you so much for this. I'm obsessed with the UK. I think that the one I would watch would be Superman.
Yeah, same. Peter Kalenko. Roxy, Mazel on meeting Harrison. Were you nervous? When I lived in Brooklyn, the same block as Spike Lee's joint, I passed him a couple of times when I do my laundry, but never said hi because I didn't want to be told to piss off. He wouldn't tell you to piss off. I interviewed him once. He's a really nice guy.
Harrison?
Yeah.
That's interesting. He was so nice to us. I've heard that he would tell people to piss off.
No, that's a perception that he has. He's always like, because he's like a
He's curmudgeon-y sometimes, but
Yes,
he's so
and
cool to us.
he's essentially who he plays on that damn show. You know, he's
Yeah.
got like that. He's a very kind dude, but he's got a great sense of humor that people can take as being, you know, like I loved the answer he gave when Josh Horowitz was like, the rumor is that you could have played Batman for Tim Burton. He's like, I could have had a career.
Yeah.
He didn't care about that stuff.
Yeah,
At all.
yeah. We have from the panel, we're gonna be posting from Real Rejects. A lot of the funny things he said. At one point, he literally did a mic drop because
Right.
he said something so funny. People were laughing so hard. He
He's
was
hilarious.
awesome. Yeah, he
He's
was
great.
awesome.
Did you ever see the thing with David Blaine and him?
No,
David Blaine's in his house doing a trick.
David Blaine's in Harrison Ford's house.
Yeah. And he's doing a trick and he's like, here's this card, and he's like, he looks at the card and he goes, all right, now what I want you to do is I want you to take that piece of fruit, pick what fruit. And Harrison goes through and he gets an orange. He goes, okay. He goes, cut the orange in half. And he cuts the orange in half and his card's in there. And Harrison looks at him and he goes, get the fuck out of my house. It's the best. It's the best.
That's actually funny.
My choice. Roxy has your opinion on Timothy Chalamet changed. He seems to be riding pretty hard for the Knicks. But he went to school in New York, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's always rode for the Knicks. No, that wouldn't have changed. I think it's weird when people all of a sudden become sports fans for
Like
teams
Winston,
from
like
where,
Winston on the Dodgers.
like randomly moving some and then just becoming and whatever it is.
Never heard him utter a single sentence about the Dodgers, and then all of a sudden he was going to the parade last year.
And I'm not going to be out here upset with somebody who's a fan of it. Like
Right.
if you lived in New York and you're from New York or you are a Knicks fan, then you should ride for the Knicks. This is
Of
the
course.
biggest moments that the Knicks have had in
20
decades.
years. 20 years.
Yeah, and like when people are like Knicks have the worst fans, this is brutal. I actually have mad respect. The Celtics, we have the worst fans.
Yeah, it's pretty
All the
ridiculous.
East Coast team, we have all of us have the worst fans. We're vicious. We're insane.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's so bad, but I love it.
Here's a Roxy. I'm watching The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm now in season 2. My gosh, fiction copies reality in this show. So much is linked to reality now.
100%. It's very, very true. I bid you good luck on your journey. It gets harder and worse.
I can't.
The show's amazing. The feelings are worse.
I can't do it. Peter, Kristian, I'm pulling for the Knicks to avenge my Cavs. Hell yeah, let's do it. Beat the Pacers. Also, what?
I'm actually pulling for the Knicks too. Even though I don't like the Knicks. If you're gonna beat us, I'm gonna hope you're gonna win.
I like that. I like that mentality. I don't always share that mentality, but I like
I don't
it.
always share it either, but
Yeah.
this season,
Okay. Respect. Also, and/or absolute perfection. I loved Arc 3. I think 4 was a scooch better. Episode 10 is favorite. People love that episode 10. Okay. So thank you again, Peter, for all the support
people
today.
loved episode 10, huh?
Yeah.
Because
Chloe,
of and stuff.
I think so. Well, yeah, there was, I mean, it was really, really very well written.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Titus, hey, Roxy, have you ever farted in the bathtub and popped the bubbles? Curious.
I've never farted in the bathtub.
Oh, Clay.
What? They're like out of the water comes bubbles that you could pop?
Don't try it. All right, let's see.
That's
Jay-
crazy.
Yeah, there you go. J.R. Anderson, 1992. Batman 2 is WB emergency backup plan if Superman fails. Yeah, 100%. Absolutely it is. Do not be surprised if it does gangbusters that you hear slightly after that Batman 2
Right.
is.
It's got to be the only reason that they haven't announced
Yeah.
like what's happening with it. I had thought that they were going into production on it, but then we just
Well, they said the other day was that their script has been turned in and they're still eyeing that 2027 release date. So
yeah.
the script has been turned in, which makes sense. ZB, make Roxy and Sam happen. Look, if Sam can do it, I'd love to. I would love to. Buster Barnes, if Superman hits Batman and Wonder Woman, announcements will be soon to follow. Agreed. Gunn said on Threads he has Wonder Woman news that he can't share yet. It's probably linked to the television show.
Yeah,
Right?
no part of me was saying that we're never going to have a Wonder Woman. I'm just saying that I'm more focused on the Batman casting because we don't even know what Wonder Woman the situation is yet with her.
Right. J.R. Anderson, do you think Warner Brothers missed the boat for a Sin universe? What's Sin universe? That is Sin universe.
No, when I heard sin, I thought you were going to say sinners, but then I looked at it and it's spelled different.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
Sorry, I don't know. I don't know what the Sin universe. So someone, if you know what he's talking about, Jay, I'm not sure what you mean there, buddy. I'm sorry. Sin universe.
Okay, Lauren says he means cinematic universe, but what do you mean?
For what? Oh, missed it for which cinematic universe? DC? I mean, they're going to do that. Yeah, I'm not. You got to be a little more clear, Jay. I'm not sure what you're asking. Mike Joyce. Shit comments are amusing. People get so bad out of shape out of nothing. Hard to believe real people leave those comments. It's, like I said, the smartest person that you know and the best person that you know in the world, the kindest person you know in the world has access to the internet. The stupidest person that you know, the worst person in the world, they all have access to the internet. And we just don't think in the same way that you wouldn't think someone would do a heinous thing in general. You don't think that people would talk to people in a certain way, but the internet has proven that they don't care. And when you don't see a real person in front of you, you just write and you walk away, not realizing the kind of damage that you can do to people. And it happens all the time. But you just, it really is. It's turned. I look at it. So if you go back, people always, you tell yourself something like 10 years ago, your younger self, I'd be like, you got to look at it like a comedy show. I look at the comments now like a comedy show, like those stupid ones. It's like you can't, like I get
Adolescence is a lot about this, Kristian, the show.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, just like because you and I function in a world where we get crazy comments and we live our days and it doesn't affect us at all.
Right.
But imagine being at a time where you're a kid.
I know. It's why I don't put my kids on the internet.
It would have destroyed me. It would have destroyed me as a kid.
Of course. J.R. Anderson, Roxy, Tyler Hoechlin, best live action Superman.
I don't think it's fair to rate him as much because it's such a lower budget situation. I think he was amazing though, but no, I wouldn't. If you ask me who is my favorite live action Superman, I don't believe that he would be the person that I would say. Who would you say to who's your favorite? Christopher Reeve?
No one's ever going to replace Christopher Reeve.
I don't think that. I just think it'd be impossible not to say Christopher Reeve. It's not a shot on anybody else, but Tyler's really good.
He was the first person to make the superhero comic book person like real in the movies and make them like serious and not goofy. He was the first one. It was before Michael Keaton. It was before Hugh Jackman. It was before Tobey Maguire. It was before all.
No, I agree. He's amazing.
He was the guy, and he made it, and he was unknown. He was the guy, and he took a really serious Juilliard approach to it, and he made Superman real. And he is the greatest, and he will always be the greatest. I love Henry Cavill.
Did he go to Juilliard?
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Reeve. So that's cool that now we've gone full circle with another Juilliard. Yeah, that's cool.
Peter Kalenko, hot take. I feel like Taylor Sheridan. Isn't Tyler Sheridan? I don't even know. Maybe it is Taylor. Just make shows
there's Ty Sheridan who's that actor who's really
Taylor
good.
Sheridan is is right. Okay. Now just make shows to shoehorn himself as a badass. Kudos to his success, but loses me when he pops up. I didn't even know he was even in his shows. He pops up in his shows.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know. Peter, I didn't even know he was in his shows.
The other person who does that is Kurt Sutter. But I always respect so much when somebody puts themselves on their shows, even if it says badass. It's like you worked your butt off and you want to be in that show. Go on with your bad self.
Yeah. All right. 48, Roxy. 48.
Woo-wee. What can we do at 48?
Well, it's 48. You got to get to you. Still, it looks like I'm gonna beat you by myself.
Have a midlife crisis and buy a car.
Well, there you go.
Ferrari, here I come. Woo-hoo.
All right, let's see. Next one after that. And thank you again to Peter for throwing that in there. We got Mike Joyce. Thoughts on the Andor finale, Roxy? She gave her thoughts on it, though.
Yeah, I did. I think you probably sent it right before I did that. But I thought it was good. I really liked the Stellan Skarsgård stuff, and I loved the way that Cassian spoke about him when he was gone. I would be interested in watching Rogue One, which I don't remember at all now. And I'm bummed that we didn't get more Bex.
Cupcake Bliss. We know Superman is going to do well. Not much is a wait. Now, much of it is a wait and see game. But as a fan of the Matt Reeves fan, I really want to see Batman 2. That's my only interest within DC.
That's your only interest. Ooh, that's a bummer, cupcake.
Yeah. I don't know if we know that Superman is going to do well. I think we know it's going to do well opening weekend.
Based on everything we've seen, I just have such a hard time believing that this movie does not do so well.
Yeah, I think I'm
July is going to be so huge for movie
huge.
theaters. Holy shit.
Yeah. Joey Pedris says, which ballpark has the best food? I will tell you that Citi Field has some pretty good.
What are you guys known for?
What, the Citi Field? Well, Citi Field is
No. What are you guys known for?
the Yankees. I mean, the new stadium. I don't. I mean, Ed have to.
You don't have a thing. Like we have the Fenway Frank.
The Nathan hot dogs probably pretty damn good. Which ballpark has the best food? But I'd tell you, Citi Field had some really good stuff. It was ranked as one of the top ones.
Petco Park had really good food too.
When I was telling about all the stuff that I ate, the comments were hilarious, and this is my favorite one. I would have made you sleep outside.
Lauren is crushing it today.
She's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, and most of the metabolism working. I gained back. I'm surprised I didn't gain back all the weight that I lost in that one sitting. It was
That's
that
not
day.
how it works.
That day was brutal what I did. So let's see. Orca 447. Have you seen the teaser for Zootopia 2? It's short, but as a fan of the original, I absolutely loved it. No, I think it dropped while we were on.
When is it coming out?
Sometime. I think it's actually the end of the year. Yeah. So, yeah, so funny. People are like, how much did it cost? Not as much as you thought. I thought the cheeseburgers were going to be like $20 a piece. They were like $9. It's great.
That's crazy. If it had cost more, would it have kept you from eating as much?
I don't know. I'd gotten there. I went really early. The game was a 1:00 game. I had never been to the stadium before, so I wanted to see how long it took. I thought it was going to take me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there total. It took me 45 minutes to get from my place all the way to Yankee Stadium.
That's so great.
It wasn't bad. It was maybe 50. And I got there, and I was there for a little bit. I was walking around with a beer, and I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy it. It was a nice day out, and I said, I'm just going to eat like a fucking slob. That's what I did, and I've been eating oatmeal and leaves since. Bonsai Brandon, if you haven't, like Roxy, like literally,
yeah.
If you haven't seen Kung Fury the movie, leaked sizzle reel with Schwarzenegger and Fassbender, please watch and publicly promote its true release. It's a lawsuit hell and the funniest thing ever. What is it? I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Put it back up. You took it away so quickly. Kung Fury leaked sizzle reel. What's the? It's in lawsuit hell, huh?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but Kung Fury the movie leaks sizzle reel. Never even heard of it. Go Pal. I saw about a half an hour of the new Chloe Finneman movie on Hulu. I thought it was fine, but didn't grab me enough to finish.
Chloe Fineman, you know her.
Yeah, I know from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
She talks a lot though about I feel like she's always one of those celebrities. She's out there like I throwing a lot of people under the bus.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know if you're wrong. I haven't heard that.
You shouldn't say that. I don't know if that's true.
Maybe you just threw her under the bus. We don't know.
For no reason at all. I don't even know if that's true.
She does really funny stuff on her social. That's
okay.
She's funny there, but I don't know about her interviews.
Yeah. Noah Sparks. My choice for weekend update is Michael Longfellow and Devin Walker. Let me see. Michael, let me look at it.
It's interesting. It's like, do they go with somebody who is more known in the cast, or do they go with people that they feel like they can build with?
Okay, so Longfellow, I mean, I see him pop up. He hasn't really stuck out as anybody. Let me see in the other one. I had nothing against Devin Walker. I got nothing against him. And maybe this is where
what are you about to say?
Maybe weekend update, if he's really good at it, is where I don't think he's a very talented sketch comedian. I just don't.
I hear you. I hear you. I think that this is an interesting cast right now because it's not obvious where they should go with this. If we're even moving on from Weekend Update, our current cast. So like, I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know. I don't know. Like you just mentioned Chloe, and I feel like she's just doing so much. So many of them are known for their character work so much.
Mhm. So I mean, look, but Michael Che was part of the cast, and so was Colin. Those guys weren't great at sketches, and then they shined in the news and writing. So maybe you're right. Maybe those two guys could do the news, and maybe that's the spot where they're better, because I think
I don't know.
because Devin Walker might be a comedian, stand up in general, because he never does anything in the sketches. He has like one line. He never has any character or anything. He does one line. He's the same. He's just himself in every single thing that he does. And it's like, I feel like anybody could be doing what he's doing. But if he's good at stand up, maybe the news is where he belongs.
It's kind of like you almost need to re-audition them for it.
I know.
Who is your favorite Weekend Update host ever?
I got a lot of different ones. I mean, I really like those two guys that are there right now. I really like them a lot. I like
their special Bill Murray ranking them was hysterical. That bit where he was ranking the Weekend Update.
I was a big Norm guy. I was a big Dennis Miller. I thought was ranked way too low on that list by Bill Murray. Love Chevy Chase, obviously. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler.
That duo is just like unbeatable for me.
So those are the ones that stand out.
Yeah, it's hard not to put Norm as the number one though.
Well, he's I don't know if he's number one, but he's in there. Julius Wyatt enjoyed Hawkeye reactions. Put Florence Pugh in everything. She's a very talented. She's in a lot. Gopal, the Dennis Miller to Nealon and Norm to Colin Quinn transitions on Weekend Updates were serious downgrades. Nealon, I love Nealon as a comedian in general. I think he's underrated as a stand-up comic. When you go and you see him, he's a really funny dude. But I didn't love him as Weekend Update. Norm, and again, same thing. I really like Colin Quinn a lot, but I don't agree that Nealon to Norm. Or I see what you're saying. Dennis to
Nealon and Norm.
Oh, yes, I agree with you. Yes. They were serious downgrades. Those are new guys grew me over time. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying there, Gopal. Julius Wyatt, fun fact. When Lilo and Stitch opened in 2002, it was number 2 to Minority Report, which also opened that weekend. Now Tom Cruise is opening against Lilo again. Oh, okay. So that's what we didn't talk about. That's
funny.
I wonder.
Is Mission Impossible not out yet?
No, it comes out this week. It comes out the same weekend as Lilo. Yeah.
Wow.
We saw it early. I think that movie is is going to have a serious problem making money, breaking even.
How much did it cost?
Almost like $360 million or something like that.
How much did the last one make?
Not enough. It was because it came out right around the same time as Barbie and Oppenheimer, so that was the reason. Really, really bad when it came out. Let's see, Mission Impossible final. Let's see, Reckoning. Oh no, Dead Reckoning, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Dead Reckoning Part 1. It made 571 worldwide, and I think the same thing. I think the budget was almost $300 million. It only made 571, so it was a loss.
Yeah, I don't know about the finances of this movie. I just think this movie is absolutely phenomenal. But I can't argue against the facts of what happened last time.
Yeah, I just think it costs too much and it's too long. The movie's too long. I think it's going to be a problem for how many times people are going to be able to see it on repeat. And it's the summer season. But yeah, I think that movie doesn't make 20.
Because we're only here for 10 more minutes. Check in with the numbers, Kristian. Let them know what they have to do.
57 minutes.
Are we going?
57 minutes. 57 questions. You need 8 to tie. 8 to tie. Mike Joyce, I was watching Poker Face and realized I see a lot of Roxy and Natasha Lyonne. Do you see yourself in her as well? Kristian, do I can see. Yeah, I similar. I see it.
I haven't started the new season yet because I didn't have Peacock. And then I went to go look at Peacock yesterday and it's $24 for the year.
How much is it? $24 for the year?
For the year.
Not bad.
And I was like, oh, no, that's
It's great.
It's $2 a month. I was
great.
like, okay, I have no excuse to not sign up for this.
100%.
So not to be an ad for Peacock right now, but
Yeah. Well, then what about the Natasha Lyonne thing? Do you see yourself?
I think she is so ridiculously talented that you telling me that is like actually putting me on a cloud. So
Epsilon Audio. Hey guys, love you both. Thank you, man. I got the perfect Storm casting, and it's Jessica Williams. I wouldn't argue against that. I think Jodie Turner-Smith has the better demeanor for it. To be honest,
I know it's like I don't think that that's the perfect Storm casting, but I wouldn't vote against Jessica Williams for anything ever.
Me either. She's like a little Amazon perfect fit.
She is so tall, Kristian. I will say,
yeah, she's about as tall as I am, close to it.
She's so tall, but she's got such great comedic chops, and her timing is so perfect that I like her being tied up in Storm for so many years. I don't know that would be the best use of our time seeing her.
I know. I'm telling you, Jodie Turner-Smith has
perfect
that thing. She's perfect for it. Peter Kalenko, support for Christian's toilet to withstand the stadium meal. I mean, my wife doesn't even know what I did to myself at that. She just knows it was brutal. She has no idea what I did to myself. Not to the toilet. I'm just saying in general. Nathan Drake, Kristian, take a minute to gloat about the Knicks. I think I kind of did. I don't want to do that to Roxy again.
It's amazing for you. I'm very, very happy for all my New York family who all texted me.
Well, Friday night was a great night because the Yankees beat the Mets, and then the Knicks peed all over the Celtics in the last game. So
yeah, you guys did urinate on us for sure.
Bad. Jake, if Dune Messiah does hit its December 2026 date, maybe we get the first Oscars where both Nolan and Villeneuve get noms. If you could walk into a screening of either Odyssey or Dune now, which one? God, I hate that question. I've gotten it before, and the answer, unfortunately, I couldn't believe it.
Dune for you.
It's not. It's Odyssey.
Wow.
I know. That's why. I mean, that is not an easy decision. It is me sweating, like second guessing everything that I'm doing as I'm walking into that theater. But
that's interesting.
The swords and sandals.
Is it because of the cast?
It's everything. It's the swords and sandals, Christopher Nolan. It's the cast. I mean, Nolan's movies are events now. You know,
mine's Odyssey. I would have just thought for you it would have been Dune.
And it was Dune Part 2 versus Odyssey. That's a harder conversation. I don't know anything about it. And all I know is that the next Dune is supposed to be pretty weird. Is all I know about it. The fact that Denis is coming back is great, but yeah, it's Odyssey. It's
Jake.
Odyssey.
What's your answer?
Yeah,
asking that question.
I think you're right. I think most people are taking Odyssey. Trey Porter, rank who has more hardcore fan base for sports: Boston, New York, and Philly. Out of
they are the three. I mean, that's the three.
I mean, hardcore fan. You're not asking larger. You're asking hardcore, which is very hard. I don't know if I can give you an answer on that. I mean, I'd love to say
all
more.
light cars on fire and flip them,
right? When you look at that, what's that movie? The one with Bradley Cooper, De Niro, and Jennifer
Silver Linings Playbook.
I mean, like the way that they're all Philadelphia. That's how Eagles fans are.
It might be. They are to me, the Philly fans are the most vicious of the three of us. They're so vicious, but hardcore. This is what I describe to my friends out here all the time. You don't know what it's like to grow up somewhere cold where sports is all you have. It's a completely different dynamic when you're rooting for a team because you cannot go outside and the only entertainment you had growing up was watching football, like watching basketball. It's so different than being an LA fan who teams have come and gone, whatever it is. Like being a Boston fan, a New York fan, or a Philly fan, where that is what you are either on drugs or you are a sports fan, or sometimes both. And that is what it is.
Let's do it. Right. Monica R. Hey, Roxy, you plan on watching the show Overcompensating? It's a new comedy drama series on Amazon.
Monica, first of all, my favorite thing that people can send in is show recommendations. So I'd love to hear from you if you like this one. I think that this is the Prime show, right? And they dropped all the episodes at once. Yeah. They dropped all the episodes at once. This is the Benito Sklenar show. I was thinking about watching it, and then I haven't heard anybody talk about it at all. And all the episodes are out now, so I can kind of take my time with it. Should I watch this? Is it worth it? Let me know.
Yeah. Ryan asks, how much was your food bill at the ballpark? It wasn't cheap. And it was one of those things where I was like I said, I was treated by my friend to the ticket itself. So I figured I'd overcompensate and get myself food. So
How I thought you were going to say it, so you figured you'd get him food.
I did. Well, I did. I got him. I bought
How
him.
much is a beer at the park?
I was surprised at how, like, I was expecting it to be, because LA prices are stupid. They're so stupid. It wasn't that bad. I don't know. It was like, I think $9 or $10 for a beer or something. Wasn't that bad?
Yeah, like there's nothing worse than spending $15 on a beer. Like,
I know. This I knew. This I knew, but I think you knew. No, you probably didn't know this because you didn't know that Christopher Reeve went to Juilliard, Roxy. But Blurred Dad Live, Reeve's roommate at Juilliard was Robin Williams. Certainly was. They were like best friends. That's where, you didn't know that, Roxy?
Reeves and Robin were roommates
Oh yeah, they were
at
like
Juilliard.
So Robin was like at his bed with him all the time when that injury happened.
Yeah, yes, I knew that they were close. I did not know that they.
Yeah,
had
that's
been
where they
roommates.
from Juilliard. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
My
Haskell 420. Hey Roxy, I know you love Yellowstone like me. Taylor Sheridan was on countless times. He was Travis, the horse trainer. The rodeo ace was buds with Rip.
oh, huh. I've seen him before, Taylor, and I still didn't recognize him in that role. So it's interesting.
Clay Titus. There's a person who farts in the bathtub and bites the bubbles. Real fun fact. Look it up.
Bites the bubbles.
There's a lot of weird shit going on in the world, so I don't disregard.
I don't want to look that up. I think.
Joey Pedros, are you guys excited for the new Karate Kid at all coming out next week? I'm going to see it next Tuesday. Excited. I don't know if I can say excited. I'm curious. I root for Ralph Macchio. I root for Jackie Chan. So I am going to cross my fingers and hope that it's good.
I am also going to see this. I've been on a Jackie Chan binge for Rejects. He's just like so great. And also you and I both loved watching Cobra Kai. What's wrong?
The next one is a real bummer. Rip George Wendt. Did you guys watch Cheers? So good. Yeah. Norm. Yeah, man. I watched Cheers that was my dad's favorite show. He was young too.
Of course I watched Cheers. First of all, Boston. And sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And I went to the Cheers bar and my dad's watched Cheers 80 times.
Yeah. He's only 76.
That's really sad what happened.
I don't know. But yeah, I guess it just happened. Really, really awful. I love George Wendt. Yeah. What happened?
No, I'm just looking at his picture. Wow, I didn't know he was Jason Sudeikis' uncle. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Jason Sudeikis' uncle earned Emmy nomination 6 years running after getting started on Second City in his hometown of Chicago. He was 76 when he died peacefully in his sleep at home.
Wow. Hey, that's how I want to go. Nathan Drake.
Just like that's so young to die in your sleep.
Yeah. Adria Arjona is Wonder Woman. You're a genius, Christian. I mean, if you look at her, she just screams Wonder Woman. She just screams Wonder Woman. We're tied, Rox. We're tied.
Let's kick your ass, bro.
Let's see. If you went to a baseball game, what's
your eye matchup?
Don't know what that means.
Maybe just like what's the dream match? I mean, Red Sox Yankee games are always the most fun games.
Yes, and Yankees Mets games are fun too. So those are the two, and I got the chance to say it was the first Yankees Mets game I've ever saw in person, so it was good. Lauren throwing in for Roxy, thank you. RQ support for Roxy, enjoying the show, thank you. Ryan S support for the great Roxy Striar.
Hell yeah.
Joshua Gonzalez, George Wendt, who played Norm on Cheers, passed away. Yes, very sad about that. I hate it. I love that guy. I loved him so much. Well, very, very generous. Cali Kid.
Oh my God, Cali Kid.
Cali Kid, we love you too. Thank you for that.
Cali Kid, when you say I love you, which one of us are you talking about?
Doesn't matter. That he's saying both. He's saying I love you both. Is what he's saying. See, it doesn't make a competition, Roxy. Thank you so much, Cali Kid.
You have made this all a competition.
Yes, it's true. J.R. Anderson, sorry, I meant even if Superman hits, will it be enough to start a universe spanning 10 years with obvious decline in audience interest in hero films? Well, it'll give them a little bit of leeway, is what it will do. Will ensure that they're going to have a successful shared universe? No, but it's going to at least give them a little leeway.
What you're describing as obvious decline, I'm not describing as obvious decline.
Right.
This is the start of DC. So I think if this kicks butt and is amazing, I don't think that we are at the start of obvious decline.
Hey, love you guys. Thank you, Steve S. talking about how the discourse online is so bad. I think part of it is the fact with text alone, you miss body language and tone. 100% emojis help, but lacks nuance. Any thoughts? Of course. If you're talking to somebody and you like, I mean, how many times you've been texting with someone back and forth? I mean, Roxy and I have done this where I'm like, text is not coming through the way that we're trying to do here. Let's
totally, but I don't agree with this, Kristian, because the only online discourse that I take badly is when people are like, you should go fuck yourself, go kill yourself. Like
100%.
Like there's no emoji that could help with the language.
No. But I know, but I think that the thing is that comes through text is that like, it's kind of my earlier point, Rox, when it came to like, when you text something and you just write something on there, there's no back and forth with a conversation. Even what you just said, literally just now, if you just wrote that, I don't agree with that, this is that, and I say it, and your tone, what you just said just now wasn't anything, but we could have gotten into a stupid argument over text because of it. Now you're right though, people are also going to be saying names. The second you do that, you just shut off. But you can get into arguments with people because tone is off and it's not what they initially intended. So
yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Jake, I pick Odyssey over Dune simply because Nolan films are an event, and it's actually the first movie to be shot entirely with IMAX cameras end to end. That is fantastic.
That's cool.
That's great. Yeah, I cannot.
I didn't even know that fact.
Me either. J.R. Anderson, Kevin Conroy was Williams RM as well. That's right. That's right. Kevin Conroy.
What?
Yeah. It's true. I remember that also. Asol.
That's wild.
Asol. Some breaking news from Deadline. Daniel Craig, Cillian Murphy are in talks to star in a prison drama by Damien Chazelle. I like Damien Chazelle a lot.
When's the last time we got a prison drama on the big screen?
Yeah. It's been a while. When was the last time?
We got a few TV shows more recently, but interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. I think that's it.
That wouldn't be what I would think Damien Chazelle would be making.
No.
So
Good.
I'd be curious about this. Yeah.
Roxy, so you did it. You're at 67.
We did it. Yeah.
Now, so tomorrow, Roka's got a chance to beat you. We'll see if that happens.
I'd like to see him try.
I think he's going to try. He might. We'll see. We'll see if he does it. Roka will try. And then Mike will be on. Steph's not going to be on this week. And then Friday will be Winston and Coy, who have won 2 in a row. Oh, actually, Roxy's got 68 now because Jake Yakavetta. Just a random check-in. Love y'all. One more person has to put it in because they got to give Roxy.
Happy week late birthday, Jake.
Oh, yeah. I gave him, I said to him last time. All right, Roxy, what do you got going on? Promote away and tell them why you didn't take me to shrinking. Go ahead.
You don't live here?
Oh.
You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar. I've been doing Wednesday nights on my channel, talking about entertainment news, personal news, etc. And then Sundays, I do an entire hour and a half on television, the best of the week. So if you like the TV segment on this show and you want it expanded, go check that out.
Thank you guys for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Thanks for Roxy for being here. And we will be back very, very soon. Make sure if you're not a member, you should join up. We have our member stream, exclusive member stream happening right now at 4:30 anyway. So we hope you join us. Patrons, you can join us for the exclusive non-edited reviews. There you go. Number 69. Perfect.
Oh, somebody send in one more. You guys know I hate 69.
Which I think is a crime, but it's another conversation.
I don't understand. I just don't get it.
It's a crime. It's a crime. Well, Peter, check out of it. I'm a terrible texter. People have self-destructed my life like a Looney Tunes character 85% of the time on dating apps. Yeah, it's the worst.
No.
It's the worst, Peter. It's absolutely.
Peter, there's services and stuff that help you with that to like be the best version of yourself on there.
I'm so glad I didn't have to do that shit. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us on the show here. Thank you everybody for putting in the support. And we will see you guys very soon. Make sure you check out the Hawkeye reaction that we just did with Sam and myself. Thanks to Roxy. And we'll see you guys on the Clips channel, hopefully. All right. Peace out.